James Hergott here with Radical Body Transformations. I came all the way here from Canada to Fargo, North Dakota, and I thought it was cold in Canada. This has to be the coldest place I've ever been on earth. My hands are about to fall off. It is so freaking cold. But I came here for a reason, and that's to introduce you to some great competitors, both men and women, who train here. It's so cold here that all they do is eat, sleep, and train, so their bodies are sick and they're getting ready for competition, and we're here to bring their stories to you. So welcome to Radical Body Transformations, and let's get inside and out of this cold and meet some fantastic people. James Hergott here, Radical Body Transformations. I am here with Brandan. We are here in Fargo, North Dakota, and it's competition day. A lot of your athletes are competing, and from what happened this morning at the pre-judging, they looked fantastic. Of course, that's my opinion, but how do you feel about some of your competitors that are on the show and how they look today?
I'm really happy with the way that they came in. First and foremost, we practice good attitude, regardless.
Yeah.
If you got a good chance in winning, or if you didn't do so well, I want you to walk out of here with the same attitude, and I think our athletes did that. So, you win before you can get on the stage with that type of attitude. As far as how they look, I couldn't be more happy. I think we got a couple class winners, potentially in overall. And, as a coach, you can't go wrong with that, so definitely happy.
This is Jennifer from South Dakota. She's a medical radiation technologist and a bikini competitor. Her mom is a nutritionist, and so she's always had a leg up in that aspect of the game. Unfortunately, though, she's had to deal with some hip issues to the point that she has no cartilage in her hip joints at all. So this prevents her from running, doing cardio, and affects a lot of her training. See, she recently tried some groundbreaking procedures, including being injected with stem cells in order to fix the problem. Since then, she's seen great improvements, and she feels she's ready to hit the stage. If she wins in her class, she could potentially be facing off against Ashley for the overall title and the super cool sword that comes with it.
James Hergott here with Radical Body Transformations, here with Jennifer, back in Fargo. And I understand that you are not only competing today, but you just underwent a move this week, which is crazy. Tell me about all that.
Oh yeah, only I would pick peak week to move to Omaha, but actually that was when the apartment said to take over the lease, so I had no choice, and actually worked out really, really well. I'm on a very high carb, so it was my high carb day, so it was like 300 grams of carbs. I was just energy like crazy.
Now, how did you feel about your body today compared to the last competition?
So this one I didn't come in as lean. I just felt better in general, more confident. I had a lot of fun up there. I was more relaxed. I had a lot of fun today. It was a good show.
So good stage presence and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, and Icon Meals, shout out to Icon Meals. They hooked you up this week, so that made your move and
my
everything
prep,
a little bit easier.
I got them the day before I moved to Omaha. The day I moved to Omaha. So I had all my meals prepped because I went to Omaha, moved all day. That's like a 3-hour drive from where I live. Had to drive all the way back, and instead of having to prep all my food to come to Fargo, it was already prepped.
Beautiful.
So it was awesome.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you.
Okay, so you've got the night show tonight. How did you feel about the call-outs?
I never know how they're doing it. I got first call-outs.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know if I got first, second, or third, or fourth, but I did get first call-outs. I never know how they do it. Usually people say when you're in the center, then you're the one that wins. But then I've gone to shows where I was the complete outside person and I got top 3. So I never really know, but I was one of the first ones called out. So that's exciting.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So we'll get to see you the night show, and we'll be pulling for you, of course. And
Heck yeah.
what are you gonna do? Go get something to eat now?
Yeah, we're gonna go get a burger and fries, and
Nice.
then probably go put my feet up and get ready for the night show, touch up whatever I have to do.
Yeah.
And then get ready for pizza and little Oreo balls and cheesecake and cupcakes.
Introducing Ashley from Deadwood, South Dakota. She competes in bikini at a high level. She hunts her own food, often using a bow. She then prepares and stores that food after she catches it, and then she uses that food as her contest prep food. Many may criticize this practice, but it's actually more humane than buying meat. And on top of that, there's no hormones, so it's a lot more natural. One of the issues Ashley faces is she travels for miles with heavy backpacks and other gear just to hunt, so it's actually hard for her to put on weight. I don't know about all of that, but I do know this. If there's a zombie apocalypse, I want a bikini competitor who can hunt on my team.
James Hergott here with Radical Body Transformations. We are here in Fargo again, but it's competition day today. Ashley, you just hit the stage for the prejudging. How did you feel about the experience?
It was good. Like, I've done this show before, and it was great to come back, and the experience so far with having friends, family has been unreal. So the support in the crowd today was insane, like more than I could ever ask for. So like that alone helps you so much on stage. So that, I felt really good. I felt really confident. Right before I kind of got like pre-stage jitters a little bit, but you lose your edge, I think, if you're not nervous. So I like that. Took a few deep breaths and just said, I'm doing this because I love it. I'm doing this because I have fun and I want to do this, you know. So they went out there and had a blast.
Absolutely. Now, you know, how did you feel about how did you feel about your body compared to last shows?
It's changed. Like, I've been told that I'm actually a little bit smaller, but like I said, like through the hunting season, it was hard for me to put on size. My bone structure is also like I have very narrow hips, so I don't have heart-shaped natural glutes like some girls do, so I have to fight that with posing, and I have to really work on it and bring it. And also, you know, going in, my peak week went well. Like, I spot on each day, I think was where it was supposed to be. So yeah, I think that went good. As far as best look, I have to compare stage pictures to previous shows probably to see where I am, and that's what you do. You try different things, show to show. I mean, it's part of the transformation. Like, you try something different, see what the result is, correct it here on out, and you just keep working. So
today, did you feel that you peaked pretty good this morning? How did you?
Yeah, I did. I woke up hard and then flattened out. I actually waited a little bit longer than normal to eat my carbs, to really carb load up. Just because you don't know stage time, so you have to guess. So we pushed it back a half hour of what I would normally do, and so I think that helped, and that helped energy-wise. And normally I would be on like peanut butter and rice cakes every X amount of minutes, and this time it was basically go by how you feel. You know. And working with Brandan, I've worked with him for a long. He knows how my body responds. Like, he knows if I give her carbs at this time, she's gonna peak at this time, and things like that. So that's the benefit of finding a good trainer right up front, sticking with them and going through all the motions, because they know your body as well as you do, and leaves the second guessing out of it because they know. So that's a big help. And so I didn't feel, you know, sometimes you get on stage, by the time you've had peanut butter, rice cakes, or candy, or gosh knows whatever else, you know, your regimen, you can feel bloated and not confident when you hit the stage, and I didn't have that at all today. So I was very grateful, and it makes it fun, and confidence comes with that. So it was good.
And how did you feel about the call-outs? Do you have any idea what you're looking at?
First call-outs, based on how it went with when they called us out, they called 4 out right away, and then they pulled 2 of us off to the left. So usually a good thing. It's not a definite thing, but I'm hoping first or second. You know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're pulling for you. We'll let you go eat because I'm sure you're starving.
Burger and fries sounds real good right now.
Awesome. All right, well, we appreciate your time, and we'll check it out tonight and see how you do. And
thank you.
We'll be
Thanks
with you.
for being here, and it's so much fun. So
I know.
I'm glad you could be here.
It's a blast. Thank you so much. All right, here with Jennifer. Jennifer, you came in and you took your class. It was, tough. Lots of good-looking girls out there with good bodies. Did you think you were going to win your class?
I actually didn't. I didn't at all. I thought I was going to get second, but I really worked on my glutes, and I had that glute hammy tie and pop in, so that was really exciting, and that's what one of the judges said, that I was the only one that had that. So I was very excited about that, but I honestly didn't think I was going to. I don't know why. But when they said the girl that was before me, her name at second, I was like, oh my goodness. I was just shocked, so that was awesome. So excited.
So what were your thoughts as they say your name and you're first?
I just was overjoyed. I was extremely excited because I've been wanting to win, and I didn't win this. I did this show last year and I didn't win. I got third and fourth in the Open and third in the Masters. So I was like extremely excited that I won this year. So yay!
Excellent. So what are you looking forward to eating right now?
Actually pizza. I haven't had pizza for like 6 months. So I'm pretty excited for pizza. Every time I get a cheat meal, I always get burger and fries.
Yeah.
It just sounds always so good because I'm afraid that if I get the pizza, I'd eat the whole thing. So now I can if I want. So I'm gonna go eat pizza.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
We look forward to watching you eat whatever you want.
Yeah. You guys are coming, right?
Of course.
Heck
absolutely.
yeah, come enjoy the food.
All right.
Thank
cool.
you.
Ashley, this is amazing. I mean, bikini has become such a hard category. There was, I don't know how many women in all of these classes. So first of all, you won your class, and then you go to the overall. We were backstage watching this, and I had no idea how you're going to place because, once it's kind of crazy because you have all the people that win the different classes. So they're all obviously really good in their own way. And then you're lined up and, you got to compete again against all of them. How did you feel about winning?
Well, I mean, it's awesome, obviously, and it's a reward for all the hard work, the dedication, the sacrifices that you've given up, the training that you've for weeks, months, years to build up to get better each time. And so it was crazy because bikini is different, every person's different, and the look is always, you have to go with everything, the total package is what they look for, and to get that is such, it's more than exciting. Like it's all emotional. It's crazy. I can't even describe to you to say that you won the overall and that was the look they think is ideal, essentially, and that's really cool. Like way cool.
And I know you were like even a little worried about even winning your class because you had, you were expressing that it was hard with your hunting and everything to put size on and everything. So you win that, and then you're in the overall. What were your thoughts going through your head when they announced your name for the overall?
Well, after I got first, I was like, whoa, you have to immediately switch gears and go into the overall. But winning it, I sat there and I was like, did they say my class or did they say B? Like, I sat there and I was like, no, they said Kurtenbach. It's like, oh yeah, oh my gosh. Like, it takes a second to, just to register, and then, yeah, it was pretty awesome.
And you got a badass sword out of it. You show that?
Yes.
Very cool.
Absolutely.
So what's next for you? Where do you go from here?
Oh my gosh, it's so hard. Like, we just take like a week off and just like relax and enjoy life and get back to everything, and then we start a new plan. So it'll be good. I don't know, like you never know because things can change. Life happens crazy, so we'll see where we go.
Well, no matter where you go, you'll always have this. This is, a huge accomplishment to take the overall in bikini. I'm honored to have you on the show and to follow this journey and to have, had you come out for the Olympia, all the way from that to here you are taking the overall. It's an amazing feat. So we appreciate you being a part of this, and huge congratulations from all of us.
Thank you again so much.
Do you want to give a shout out to anybody? Anything you want to say in particular?
Oh my gosh, so many people. My trainer, Brandan, you rock, dude. From the beginning, you're like a big brother and the best trainer in the world. My family, oh my God, I can't do it. I can't do it without you, ever. The bad days, the good days, and all my sponsors. It's been, this weekend has been awesome. Being able to have family, friends, teammates. It's something you don't get on the road, It's like priceless, for sure. And I lost my grandma like 4 weeks ago, and it was just, this is awesome to come back to do this. So, yeah, very cool. But everybody that's been a part of my life, it's people I want to thank. So thank you again.
Well, you definitely have something that I don't believe anybody else in Deadwood has. So.
No kidding, new weapon of choice. Right? Let's see how it does for turkey season.
Yeah, go hunting with that.
Right.
All right, thank you. We really appreciate it. And again, congratulations.
Thank you so much, guys.
James Hergott here, Radical Body Transformations. We are backstage with Mike, the legend O'Hearn. Last time I saw this man, we were at the Olympia. Man, this guy's been around for a long time. And
1905.
Yes.
Just so you guys will understand.
He's had a lot of work done. So one of the things with this is we've been following different people that are competitors. And it just goes to show that no matter your age, no matter what happens in your life, if you have a certain mindset, you can get into shape, you can overcome.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is like, they even talk about this. Anytime trauma happens, the first thing you should try to do, and I know this is tough for anybody out there going through trauma, is the first thing you got to do is start taking care of yourself again. Start focusing on okay, I need to get right, take care of me. And mostly in the situation where you have mothers, come on, man, that's so. They're fighting such a battle because they got to take care of the kids. They got to do everything they're doing, and I think women are just stronger than men, most of them. And so hats off to the people that you're following and what they're going through, and still getting on stage. Because I've gone through turmoils, nothing like that. But to continue to compete and to stay on your nutrition, it's one of those things where we hear about excuses. That's all this fitness industry is, excuses. I can't eat too much, I'm an attorney, I'm always doing this and that. You can always make time. Yeah. And these people are showing you, and I'm glad you guys are doing this.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Now, what do you think the difference is in mindset between somebody that just kind of lets life make them give up, lets life take them over instead of taking whatever they're given and making the best of it? What is that mindset that's necessary?
I'm not a psychologist, and I can't say what the difference is between the people that will go through no matter what and to continue forward. I mean, I've been training for 35 years. I stepped on stage 30 years ago. So I know the understanding of commitment and dedication and wanting to live my dream. So for me, I don't understand why people give up on life, because I know we all go through hard times. Mm-hmm. But man, it gets better. And there's those small moments of greatness that I keep fighting for, and that's what the people that I know that are up at 3 a.m. because they love life, regardless if it's up or down. They just get up and they fight through the battles, and it's just, man, it's all about loving life and knowing what is possible and believing in yourself and believing in it's going to get better.
James Hergott, not like the rest, Radical Body Transformations in Fargo. And we've got somebody else from North Dakota. They're from Bismarck. And she's a competitor, mother of 2, and this is Jessica. Jessica?
Hi, Mr. James.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
So you lived in Alaska. How long were you living in Alaska?
I'm between the full time about 6 years. With my family at one time, and then I moved back to manage a restaurant for a while up there. Mm-hmm.
So you decided to move to a tropical climate, so here you are.
Yes.
In North Dakota. And you're getting ready for what show?
I'm getting ready for the Upper Midwest. I'm going to be in figure. Class D, as long as the height category, there's enough people, so it'd be the taller height category.
Okay, so we got a lot of people, they say, you know, I've got kids, I can't get into shape. Well, you've had 2 children, not only did you get into shape, but you're actually competing. What would you say to people that say, like, you know, you can't get into shape after you're pregnant and all that stuff?
First of all, don't lose your shape while you are pregnant. You know, I ran my whole pregnancy and made sure it was doctor approved, but did run my whole entire pregnancy of my second child. And I think that helped because then I didn't like lose track of what I needed to be doing. I ate healthy, and as long as you can keep your food in check, you technically, you know, the workouts can come later. So I think anybody can do it if they just want to put their mind to it. And I don't know, I just think there's not too many excuses out there to not be into some sort of healthy, you know, lifestyle. So.
Okay, and I understand during your pregnancy there's some complications that you had to overcome, that your abs, because you had a 6-pack, that they actually split apart and some other things happened. Tell me a little bit about that.
I got diastasis recti, which is where your abdominals split apart, and then I also had pubic symphysis disorder, where my pubic bone came further apart than it should have. So jumping or standing certain ways that could almost cripple me. And I found that out because I was out doing a 12-mile run and I almost fell over. So anyways, it ended up causing a lot of muscle disorders on both the front and the back side of my body that I've had to adjust and will probably have to adjust the rest of my life because of it. So,
Well, I'm glad that I didn't have to pronounce those, for starters. Second of all, it's amazing that you've overcome these things and that, you know, you're still competing and getting ready for this competition. And you also are saying to me that you battling depression a little bit, which, you know, I appreciate you being open about that because there's a lot of people that face those types of things. Tell me a little bit about that and like how exercise helps you, you know, minimize that or keep it in check.
Well, I think, as I was telling you a little bit earlier, like everybody has something going on in their life, whether it's a perfect life, but there's hidden past, or it's just you really don't even know because depression is a disease. And I think like with working out on a daily basis and going to the gym to actually see the people who are supporting you and everything has definitely helped me through some past challenges these last couple of months even. But just kind of refocusing and making sure you're still not sleeping on the couch all day, but actually getting to the gym and doing something, even though there's times where it's been maybe a little bit more difficult because I haven't been in the mood. And, you know, a lot of it stems from just changes that have been going on with our life and my husband and I and, you know, the 2 kids. And the challenges are real for everybody out there. And I think so many people would rather hide what is actually going on in their life and not have it open. And I'm a very open kind of say because I think the support of others in the fitness industry and life in general will help you get through things. So I'd rather just talk about it and, you know, find strength from other people through it. So
being open about it not only is good for you, but it also can help other people that might watch this and maybe they're battling it and they think they're the only one or whatever. So I think it's fantastic that, you know, you're bringing these things to light. And also, you know, using exercise as a way to, you know, battle these things is a great thing. It's a positive thing versus, you know, turning to drugs or, you know, any number of negative activities that could certainly, you know, might be able to hide depression or mask depression, but you found your own way to manage it. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So we really appreciate it. Hey, as you know, average sucks. Jessica is not average, that's for sure. So Jessica had to overcome some things post-pregnancy that actually happened while she was pregnant. As a trainer, how do you approach things like that are, you know, different medical conditions and different things you have to work with?
There's always different things that you have to do with each client individually. So when you start out, you find out what they can do for movements, what they can't, what their weaknesses are, what we need to work on, and then you need to incorporate movements that will enhance with what you can do. So You know, when you're looking at the big picture, yeah, there's a basis to your programs that you start, and then you got to fine tune to that client.
All right, now Jessica says that one of the things that you say she's got to work on is her butt. Now, the cool thing about that is I'm sure there's very little girls, not very many women out there that don't want a better butt. So, you know, some of the exercises she can demonstrate will help a lot of different people. What are some things that you try to get women to do that want to work on building a booty, that are getting ready for figure or bikini or one of these competitions?
Really, my basis of training is to try to remove that quad, where you're taking the quad away from it. We want to hold and contract with our glute and our hamstring. For females, there's really nothing that needs to be quad developed. Figure especially, you need to have a butt. So that's where we start and that's where we end. It's really all about that backside. So you got to have a V shape for your lats and then the butt.
Well, this is unfortunate for me that I can't compete in bikini, because when I do squats and stuff, I build my ass, but I can't seem to build my quads, so. All right, Jessica, you look great out there. You took second. How did you feel about your placing? How did you feel about the show so far?
I loved it. My placing, I guessed it. Michelle, the person I was up against, like, if I could, you know, achieve a body, the girls, you know, that have been doing this much longer, it's kind of exciting to see what you can accomplish in Fargo. So, yeah, I'm perfectly fine. I'm ready to eat. And cupcakes and a glass of wine. That's all I want.
All right, all right. Now, your abs look wicked. The whole thing looked wicked. Your presentation was good. Is there anything in particular you want to work on in the future, or how do you feel about things?
Probably just size.
Yeah.
I'd like to put on some more definition. After I had my kids, I lost a little bit more of my midsection, and so I definitely want to work on that. I was lazy with that, and now that my glutes are working, I can definitely put on a little booty size maybe, but overall just a little bit more size. But I'm going to take some time off for the next like year or two and hopefully accomplish that and then come back for rings plan. So.
Well, you know, the thing is that it was a hard category. There was a lot of girls in it, a lot of people looked good. So second place, I think, was awesome. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And we look forward to checking you out, eating some cupcakes and drinking some wine.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
All right,
nice
have a good night.
Yeah.
This week's POW, product of the week, is Nitric Impact, the world's strongest pre-workout nitric oxide formula. To grow muscle, you need to transport vital nutrients via the blood into the muscles. The most effective way to do this is by expanding your blood vessels and by enhancing your circulatory system. Nitric Impact combines a number of carefully selected, unique ingredients to create the perfect environment for muscle growth beyond anything you've experienced before. Nitric Impact will engorge your muscles with nutrient-rich blood, anabolic hormones, aminos, and glycogen, causing them to go into hyper-anabolism, making them instantly bigger and stronger. You'll be ready to bring the war to the gym every time. Field tested, science proven. Hoorah!
James Hergott with Radical Body Transformations. We are in Fargo, North Dakota, and I am going to introduce you to Jeff. Jeff, you know, he's kind of a typical guy in that, you know, he worked out a little bit and stuff like that, but he wasn't entirely happy with his physique. He had a moment and he suddenly decided to go in a totally different direction, change his life, and he's done that. So I would like to introduce you to Jeff. Jeff, my man, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
All right, so you were working out casually, you're going to the gym and doing your thing, and then 2013 rolls around, you go on a vacation to Hawaii, and I understand that there was some stuff that happened where you just looked in the mirror or whatever, and you had a realization that you were not happy with how you looked. Tell me about that.
So I got back from Hawaii. It was a great trip. Before that, I had worked out consistently, I worked out since 07, so I had a good frame and everything like that, but didn't keep up with my diet consistently or cardio, and missed a couple days at the gym here and there, and got back, and I just really wasn't happy with how I looked, and I really wanted to be happy with the way I looked and the way I felt, and that's when I chose to find a coach, somebody to mentor me, to guide me, to help me with the proper tools, and to obtaining that physique to go into a competition or just live a better lifestyle, and actually creating a diet, or I don't want to call it a diet, but making it a lifestyle for myself.
So you get with your coach Brandan. Tell me how you were introduced to him and kind of the process of how he set things in motion.
Brandan I had followed for quite a long time on social media, so Instagram, Facebook, and I'd followed him for quite a amount of time, and eventually I just reached out to him and I said, hey, I'm interested in possibly competing. Would you be interested in chatting with me about that? And we ended up having a very long conversation over the phone, kind of telling him my plans or what I wanted to do, and from there we talked. He told me what it would take, that it's definitely not going to be cheap, because it's, competing is it's a fairly expensive, it's a sport, you got to dedicate your life and time to a lot of different things. So, and from there I ended up sending him pictures, and he said, I believe I can have you ready for a show in September, which was Mr. Olympia's Muscle and Fitness Male Model Contest, and that's what I did. So
wicked. So now, what is it you liked about Brandan's personality that you thought, hey, this is the guy that I want to be my coach?
Brandan is he's a very down-to-earth guy, but when it comes to competing and show prep, he doesn't BS, and he tells the truth, and I shouldn't say he's hard on me, but he's just very, very to the point, and that's what I need. I needed somebody that's driven and inspiring, and he's inspired me for a long time.
So tell me, what are some of the main differences between when you would casually work out on your own and then working with Brandan? What were the things that he, told you or had you do that was completely different than what you were doing up to that point?
Right, from there, I knew how to work out because I had followed bodybuilding.com for quite a long time. It was a very good resource for me. That's when I started. But from there, as Brandan gave me my plans, my workout plans, I pushed myself. When I worked out by myself, if I got 10 reps, I would be done at 10 reps. If I, had 4 sets, I would be done at 4 sets. Now, if Brandan gives me 5 sets of, 15 reps, I usually try to throw in maybe 1 extra set and a few extra reps, and I always push myself because I know that if you do want to get to the, a pro level in this industry, you have to do whatever it's going to take, and you can't stop when you think you need to stop. When no pain, no gain. That's what they say. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just pushing myself to and doing whatever it takes to accomplish what I want to accomplish with my physique.
All right, James Hergott here with Jeff Davis. You took first place in a insanely crowded field. Yes. Tell me how that feels, man.
Oh my gosh, it was crazy. From prejudging this morning, I had a huge stat class. There was a bunch of good athletes. I just gave it my all and was confident with my posing. Everything that that my coach helped me do coming into the show, and I took first place, and it's such a blessing to me. So.
Yeah, big congratulations.
Thank you.
I was getting excited backstage. We were there. As we heard the names getting called out, I kept, hoping your name wasn't said until the end, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And, it's one thing to win if there's just a couple of people in your field.
Right.
To have that load of the class to take first is really, really impressive. And I think you deserved it, man. Just, with my own eyes, out there watching it, you look great. Had great presentation, the whole thing. So,
awesome.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
And the exciting thing is that the night's not over now. Now you're going to be going in for the overall too.
Yes.
So,
yep.
But either way, man, that's a huge accomplishment.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Any last minute thoughts on the situation?
This is I'm on cloud 9 right now. So pretty much right now from here is when Brandan, my coach, and I communicate on what I'm going to do for the next few hours, just to make sure that I go into my overall looking good, because I'm going to be judged then. So just stick with the high hopes and hope for that overall position. But regardless, I'm a very happy person today. So
yeah, no, it's an amazing experience, and we're glad to be here to capture it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, that's it.
I said it's a nice shirt. I said it was a Christmas gift from my wife. She actually told me to wear it tonight. So
did she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had to do the trophy thing, so I had to wear something decent.
That was a good choice.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we're here with the fashion sensible Brandan,
right.
who had an amazingly successful evening tonight. You had many class winners and you had many overall winners.
Yep.
Tell me about some of your winners.
Honestly, man, everybody on the team's a winner. First off, I got to say that, you can see all these individuals behind us here, eating and just enjoying each other's company. And
I should set the tone for what's going on here. We're after the show, post-show, and the athletes are just basically eating pizza, cake, whatever they can, whatever they've wanted to, whatever they've been depleted of all these weeks, and drinking fluids and looking sleepy and tired and exhausted as you should after a long day of competing. So, that said, it was a very successful evening. Further to your point, all of your athletes are a success in the sense that, they show up looking fantastic. What do you attribute so much success to?
Communication, man. It's something that I think some coaches lack is, they don't get as involved with their athletes as they should. Get to know who you're working with, their likes, their dislikes, their motivating factors, stuff like that, and get to know them as people. Some of my best friends now are people that I train. And, I never set off for that, but when you work so closely with somebody for so long and you actually care, they share a lot of themselves with you, and you share a lot of yourself with them with your knowledge and everything else. And, over that amount of time, you get close to each other, and, they work hard for you because they want to either impress you or they don't want to let you down or whatever because of that relationship that you built.
Well, many of your athletes describe it as a family, and many, they speak very highly of you and attribute a lot of their success to you. I noticed as the day progressed, a lot of them were checking in with you or checking in with your wife or making adjustments. Tell me about that final process and how you work your magic in that situation.
It's I can't necessarily say it's magic. That's again knowing who you're working with. Some of these people that have done these shows with me, for years, and they've stuck with me as clients, and you really get to know what somebody's gonna, how their body's gonna react to carbs or fats or more water or less water or whatever, And the one thing I can say is, if an individual is left to do something, they either way overdo something, but most of the time when it comes to this sport, and I talked to you about this earlier, we underdo things, and then we try to catch up later. With us, I think that we step up and we don't necessarily underdo things, but we like to take it right to that limit. And then as we go through the rest of the day, then we can bring it back up. So some people were a little flatter than maybe we would have liked them.
Now, Ashley, wow. I mean, the bikini class, as you know, is very competitive. For me, it's always harder to judge, because you don't know what way judges are going to go. She wins her class, and she's up against Jennifer, another one of your clients, and she ends up winning the overall. And wow, the girls that she had to win the overall again, it was really like, apples, oranges, what do you want? It could have gone different ways in my opinion, and she won that. And man, she's the type of person, she hunts and all that kind of stuff. Doesn't really get emotional. She got emotional in our interview when she talked about you and her family and her support. And I think she was, so thrilled to get that win. Tell us a little bit about Ashley and how you felt about her winning.
Well, Ashley, most people on the team know she's like a sister to me. And, I couldn't be more proud of her and her accomplishments. We've had kind of a long journey together. And, today, is icing on the cake. I mean, she's got a busier and busier life, with the hunting and with her life and her husband, her family and everything else. So, and she still competes at an extremely high level. And our original plan was to do this, qualify, because she had taken some time off, and then we'll put her back in a national show. And my advice to her now is, we qualified, let's take some time off, and let's do a show later. And, and she's good with that, because one thing that we need to have in this in this lifestyle is we need to have balance, and a lot of times we forget that, and that's something I think she grasped really well. But you know, as far as my feelings and everything for her, I mean, I couldn't be happier with what she did out there. The fact that she won the overall, and the fact that a lot of the classes went the way they did, I think is a product of good judging too. You know, we have a lot of national judges on that panel, you know, people that really know what the next level looks like. And when you have Ashley come out that's done so many high-end shows, and she comes out with the confidence and the look that she brings out there, they see that. You know, some judging panels may not see that. They may not see the years of experience that walks out on that stage, you know, and how she carries herself and how she moves out there and everything else. And, you know, the cool thing about it was the whole day, you know, because some of the girls were pretty close to her, you know, and I told her, I said, we may be first or second, you know, I guess we're gonna have to see, but we always prepare for the best, and we worry about, you know, we deal with the worst when it comes. And, you know, we planned for it, we planned for an overall, and she got into it, so she was ready for it, you know.
It's hard for them to judge themselves, you know, compared to somebody like you being able to, you know, give that other perspective. Another one of your people, Jeff, what a great personality that guy is. And I mean, Jeff, you know, you could tell he really wanted to win, and man, he was in like a murderer's row of like, I don't know what it was, like 15 guys or whatever it was, huge deep category. 18 guys, huge category. The guy comes in first, and you know, he definitely was in the running for the overall of that as well. You know, he probably was in second there, you know, just the way they were moving him around and stuff. Tell me about Jeff and how you felt about him winning that.
Well, Jeff, everybody calls Jeff my little brother, and they actually confuse each other for each other. Some people think he's me and I'm him. I'm like, I'm a foot taller than him. Oh, getting married. You know, I can honestly tell you, this lifestyle and competing, you know, it can bring you to your knees. It can be hard, you know. Out of anybody I've ever worked with, I don't know anybody that loves it more than Jeff. He loves it all. Like, you can look at him now, he's smiling over there, you know? He's always smiling, and he loves it. He loves every aspect, the hard stuff, all of it. He smiles through it all. And to see him get out there, and in my opinion, had the hardest class by far. 18 people, I think the best lineup, you know, and then he pulled it out. It was awesome. And again, we prepped for later, and I knew who his competition was going to be, and I knew. And I've actually worked with that other person a little bit on giving him some tips and everything, and great kid, great physique and everything. I thought Jeff could have edged him out, but you know, I knew it was...
that on my scorecard. Of course, I'm you know, biased because it's on the show and all that, and I've gotten him on, but...
Yep, you know, Jeff had better shoulders, Jeff had, you know, I could say this and that, but I can also say the other guy had this and that, whatever, and that's where you have 8 judges that, you know, they decide. And they could have chosen either of them and been right, I mean, in my opinion, because they're both stellar athletes, and they both handle themselves well. And that's another great thing. You know, the other athlete was just as complimentary of Jeff as Jeff was to him. You know, and that's great to see, that camaraderie between athletes, and you know, eventually they become friends, and you know, there's a lot of stuff that can go forth after a competition. It's really cool. So, but he did great, man. I'm proud of him, real proud of him. And now with him, it's the same thing. You know, he gets a little bit of off time, and you know, his goal is a national show next. He wants to go for that pro card. So, then I think he's determined enough to make it happen.
He's got, you know, he's got all the qualities. He's got the presence and the personality, the face and the body. So, you know, you never know how things are going to break, but he certainly could do that. Let's talk about Jennifer, another great personality. She works with your wife, and you know, she's tall. She's in the, you know, in the taller category or whatever. I think when I first talked to her this morning, she knew that she was probably going to be top 5, but she had no idea that she was going to win. Talk a little bit about Jennifer.
You know, as you probably saw, we were in the test judging panel today, so we were down there following everything, following the classes and everything, and I had her picked to win. Her stage presence, again, she's another person that just a phenomenal attitude, just gets out there and has a great time, encourages people, and she's got great stage presence. She gets out there, she's graceful in her movements, she's got a great physique. I think she brought her best physique to date to this show, and you know, I thought at first that, you know, maybe it was going to be out of her and Ashley in the end, you know. I wasn't sure, and you know, but either way, I would have been happy either way, because she brought it. She brought a great physique, great attitude, and she had fun with it, man. I mean, she looked great. You can't deny that. So
yeah, and she's overcome the hip issues and all that stuff. And she told me that she was complimented by the judges on having the best glute ham tie-ins, and that's something that she had to work on really because of you know, hip issues and stuff like that.
And if you ask her, she'll say one glute ham tie-in because she needs to work on the other ones. So, but you know, again, she takes that with stride too, man. She says, you know, there's always room to improve. And I think at any point, any athlete, if you think you know it all or you're the best as a coach or as an athlete, you need to quit, you know, because it's not a sport for you, or it's not a lifestyle for you, because, you know, if you're not allowing yourself to grow, what's the point, you know? So I think that's what this is all about. Just continuing to better yourself, encouraging others, working hard and accomplishing your goals and helping others accomplish them.
After filming, Coach Brandan Fokken went on to win his IFBB Pro card and men's physique at the national level. What an incredible group of strong women and men overcoming adversity to compete at a very high level. Thank you for watching, and join us again as we follow more inspirational stories on radical body transformation.
Presenting King